Major Mac here with MMA Island and Trial by Combat. Today I'm joined by Calvin Dalton, who's fighting for Combat Zone August 26th. Calvin, how you doing?
Great, feeling good. Weighing in tomorrow, so just getting ready.
Awesome. So Calvin, how did you get into martial arts?
I started wrestling, I think, in about fourth grade. Really fell in love with it in high school. Really started pursuing it. Went and wrestled Division One for a year, and for a few years I knew this was something I wanted to do. So when I went out to Arizona State, I made the change over to martial arts.
So how did you find your current gym defensive edge?
So I had tested it out while I took a gap year in between high school and college. There's a really good group of people there, especially coming back home for this summer. They really took me in and like put me through that camp, did everything they could to help me win. So it's a good group of guys over there.
So what do you know about your opponent? Of course, he hasn't had a fight yet, but he had a couple grappling fights on Smooth Comp. I don't know if you looked at that yet.
Yeah, honestly, I don't really know anything about him, but that's fine. I trust that I've competed a lot more than he has. His son has given me a lot of confidence.
So what would you say has been the most important part of your camp, without giving any spoilers, obviously?
I was just say again, like all the coaches and the training partners there, like there's been nobody that said no to an extra role or done something to help me. I have my brother helping me out a lot, so it's just the people around me are really doing everything they can to put me in a position to win.
So you mentioned you're at Arizona State for college, right?
Yes, sir.
So are you training while you're at college as well, or only during the summer?
Yeah, during the school year, I'm down at Arizona Combat Sports, which is in Tempe. It's a really solid gym as well. It's helped me a lot.
So what would you say your keys to victory are in this fight?
Keys to victory? Well, I'm probably gonna wrestle. Yeah, keys to victory is just stay safe, put the fight where I need to put the fight, and throw shots that hurt him.
So this being your first fight, you haven't had a formal walkout yet. You might have walked out like a teammate or something. What are you expecting from the walkout?
I expect it to be pretty fun. I know there's gonna be a lot of people there. I really appreciate all the support. I know that there'll be nerves. There's nerves with like any high level competition, but I've done it that type of thing so many times that I've learned how to deal with that. So I don't expect anything new.
So how do you deal with that? Do you have like a ritual you plan to go through?
Not really a ritual. Just getting that like pre-fight sweat, getting that like first match type thing out of the way. And then just by expecting those kind of feelings, I can just kind of let them pass instead of getting wrapped up in them.
So what do you expect from your opponent?
I'm expecting him to try to keep me at distance. I think they're working a lot of like circling away from the cage and that type of thing. Um, I expect him to try to latch up guillotines and things like that that I need to watch out for. Um, and it, like I said, I don't know a lot about him. I am expecting him to be good. I'm expecting a tough fight, and then whatever comes comes.
Do you have any experience with being on this type of stage anywhere?
Not in this rule set. I've wrestled like hundreds, if not thousands, of matches, and first mixed martial arts fight, but I don't expect it to be that much different.
So win, lose, or draw, what do you want the crowd to think about you after this fight?
Win, lose, or draw. Just going after it. I do my best when I'm moving forward, and that's how I've always wrestled. Is just attacking always. So that's what they're gonna think of me. They're gonna see my wrestling style translate to MMA, which is just attacking.
So fighters have said, or specific fighter, Jerry Musa said there's three aspects to being a mixed martial artist. You have, of course, the combat aspect. You have to be a good fighter. But you also have to be a good entertainer, and I'm blanking what the third one was. But how would you rate yourself on the aspect of a fighter and aspect of an entertainer?
As a fighter, I have to be honest and everything. I'm newer to it, but I feel very confident in the skills I have and the things we've developed over this camp. As an entertainer, I definitely think I can turn it up, but I definitely want to be like humble and respectful. I'm an 0-0 amateur, so I don't want to like do too much. But I'm looking forward to getting a really exciting win and showing up for the crowd.
So, being that you're at almost opposite part of the countries for parts of the year, do you plan on taking a fight in Arizona or just only in Massachusetts?
Yeah, I think it was really important to me to fight in Massachusetts just because I got a lot of people who have supported me here for like years. So I really wanted to do my first one here. I could definitely see myself taking a fight in Arizona during this upcoming school year, but I'm going to give it a little bit of time after this.
How much time do you think? Depending on injuries and stuff, of course.
Probably about 6 months. Like I said, I'm extremely confident in what I have going into this fight. But I also know there's some things I can clean up, and I want to make sure that when I go out there, it's to absolutely dust somebody.
So, do you watch MMA at all, or do you just practice it?
Yeah, I'm obsessed with it. I watch it with my brother all the time. UFC, PFL, a little bit of Bellator. I love that stuff. I haven't gotten as into like the regional promotions, but the big ones, I'm watching everything.
So, have you looked at this card? Do you have a favorite fight on this card that you're on? Besides yours, of course.
Honestly, no. Um, no, I think I'm gonna win mine and bounce.
So, I'm gonna ask you some of your favorites. If you just want to give the favorite, move on, you can do that. If you want to give a little bit of story, you can do that as well.
Yep.
Your favorite big league fighter?
My favorite what?
Big league fighter. It's like UFC, Bellator, one
Oh,
level.
okay. Tony Ferguson, Charles Oliveira.
Your favorite regional fighter, if you have one.
Let's go with Connor Barry.
Your favorite submission.
Um, Arm triangle.
Your favorite fight to watch.
Favorite fight to watch. Um, I don't have one, but actually, if you missed it yesterday, Shane Burgos Clay Collard main event was crazy.
That was on PFL, right?
Yep.
And of course, you haven't had like a weigh-in fight yet. But what do you intend to eat after your weigh-in and after your fight? Once your weight cut's done.
Oh yeah. After my weigh-in, I have a plan and everything, but that's boring. After the fight, I've been craving wild wings for some reason, so I think I might get wild wings.
Anyone you like to shout out? Any sponsors? Anything?
No, I'll just shout out Defensive Edge again. Those guys are amazing. If you're around that area, you should check that gym out. And then Trial by Combat, best up and coming MMA journalist, Andrew Mack. Let's go.
All right. And how can people watch your fight? One more time.
Yeah, it's on Combat Zone 81. If you look that up, they have their website right there. It's also Combat Zone MMA on Instagram. You can get tickets, code Dalton. It's also live stream, same thing, code Dalton. Check it out.
All right. Awesome. Good luck, and I'll see you on Saturday.
Thank you, my brother.